Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carlo. In this video, I'm going to show you the team that I test and use in Axie Infinity Origins Season 1. Let's go! So before discussing the team, if you don't have any referral yet, you can use my code listed here or in the description down below. So thank you. So this team is a sustain team. It has 2 plant and 1 reptile. It has a curse. I have 2 hotbot, but it can have 3. Let's take a look at the front. This is the front that has Innocent Lab. So as you know, Innocent Lab copies one of your Axie's skill. So it has a this 1, 2, 3, 4. It can copy one of those 4, but I oftenly use to copy the hotbar, so I will have 3 hotbar throughout the game. Also, a copied skill also copy what charms in here. If you put a leafy pot in here, you can have instant 2 leafy pot with 2 hotbar. So this actually is really good. Also, but you know, it has an anemone, but only bought this cheap, and it doesn't have any other Axie that has an Innocent Love, Whisper, and Strawberry Shortcake. So really, a Silence Whisper and Strawberry Shortcake is really a must in the current meta, because this is for anti-heal or anti-poison, and this one is for anti-other sustain. You can have Strawberry and you can sustain longer. So this is the front Axie, and let's go to the second. This is my mid laner for this team. It has a healing pulse, and it has I put the leafy pot in the shiitakes. Good trick here, you can put the leafy pot here so that if you summon a shiitake, automatically has a 1 leaf counter on it. So if you have 1 leaf counter on this shiitake plus the rune healing pulse, it will have 8 HP recovery for the mushroom. So it will be negated. This loses 8 HP at the end of your turn, so it will not die as long as it will not be attacked or damaged through any kinds of attack. So I have also Sakura, Rosebud, and of course the Hotbot here. This is a 15 potential points, so I maxed out using HPs and 1 leafy pot right there. And the last is the Reptile Tabap. Of course, it has a Wall Gecko, so for the taunt, and mostly HP charms. One point to say on this team. This team is really has a cheap rune. I can just use a leftover potion in front and the back, and 1 rare plant that's easy to craft or very low price, and that's why I chose this team. It can kill or defeat poison team. It has really high chance against poison team because you have a whisper and also a heal, so that's really the weakness of poison team. And you can beat other sustain. Why? Because you have heal, you have strawberry, as I mentioned. You need this to beat other sustain team, and you have the hotbot, triple hotbot. That's why it will mess their deck, their draws. So you will heal, but if they have no cards, usable cards in their hand, they can't heal, right? So mostly I beat poison team every time, sustain team every time, but this team is really struggling now against Agrus. But I will share my thoughts about this team at the end of the video. Let's watch one replay of my game. So I just will mention that whenever I'm up against a poison team, because poison team, most of them will just surrender when they see a whisper and heal. But if they choose to fight, I use the Innocent Lab to copy Silence Whisper. So I have 2 Silence Whisper working in that game. But most of the time, if I'm up against non-poison team, I use the Innocent Lamb to copy the Hotpot. But for the perfect form of this team, the front plan should be have armor at the back, and also this should be a plant card, so it has high potential point for high HP. And for the back, I tried to breed a Dawn, but it fails. The Dawn just all all the Dawns that I bred has a tiny dino, tiny dino tail, but I will not sell it. It's really good. I use it for other testing, but not a wall gecko. But if you're planning to have a perfect team to copy on this, I suggest you go to the Dawn. It has the and use the arcane protection rune. It's also cheap, actually, and it gives more damage reduction. It can have reach 35 if you use steel skin or wall gecko, and then any other one buff, say Sakura, and then if you have full buff, it will have automatically 35 damage reduction for 4 turns. So yeah, that will be the perfect Axie for this kind of lineup. So let's go. Let's take a look a replay. Uh, okay, I'll just show you the games that I'm up against other agros and system and poison. So that's my last 20 games for this, and then let's take a look at one of the game. Okay, here's the game. So my first turn goes to my opponent. He used a Inkling and then a Nemo, extra energy, and Goldfish. That's a good draw for a turn 1. It has 2 attack and 1 extra energy. So I will use here Sakura at my back, and you can see my Axie. It's really different because I don't know if in the replay it shows different body. But anyways, that's really not issue. So he used a blackmail and a Goda. He returned the Goda and used in the turn 3 instead. So my turn now, turn number 4. I have not really a good draw, but I used the Kotaro. Look at the Kotaro, it hits only one enemy. That's my luck. Really, using Kotaro is really not good, so I just instead use Hotbutt just to try to destroy his draw. So now the turn, he used a risky fish for the damage. Look at that damage, 114, and another double talk attack, and Pokey just to add a taunt for the additional 2 turns. And wow, a 4 attack using additional cotton tail. Again, that's really a good draw from his end. So I use a clover to produce leaf counter for my end, and I use a Hotbutt just to try to pile him with Hotbutt. So he used a Pokey again, and I believe this will die. And he used a ear breeding, just produce another curse, a Goo curse, and he summoned a Mavis. But good thing about the Hotbutt, you can use the if you draw a Hotbutt, it has additional damage, right? So Mavis will not really survive hit by a Hotbutt card. So okay, his draw is not that good, but he's able to use 3 energy out of 4 and 1 Pigeon Pole. Okay, I think I'm going to die. I don't know if I'm going to win this. I really forgot this. I already recorded this way back. So I use a blackmail so that the target will be at the back, and of course a strawberry. I successfully have cast 2 strawberries. So he used a sun stamp, or doesn't really need because it has a taunt at the back. He summoned one of his Mavis. He's just lucky that he didn't draw any burn cards right there, so his Mavis still alive. I will add 2 more burn cards on his deck, or 2 more Hotbutts, so his deck count now is 25, 13 at the draw and 12 at the discard pile. So wow, that's a good draw. He draw a 5 attack cards. Wow, that's really good. So he will able to use the 3, 4 because that's one free from the Mavis. So the Mavis is dead because he able to draw one burn from the cook fish. That's really fortunate on my end. So that's only a heal and a shield because of the void. 2 energy spent. Look at that draw. That's really bad draw. The bird is now starting to get his effect. So you just use one inkling. Look at that game. It's 1 versus 3. His axis 3 axes are still in full HP almost. And I just keep on using the hotbot and just to sustain. And now the blood moon is here, our favorite for the sustain players. So he used a Pokey and Goldfish and of course the Ronin. So that's a massive damage right there. But still, I'm alive. 20 damage now for the blood moon. For some use the that's good for the Shiitake. It will give you a heal, slight heal, and a block if you put it in the front. But in this case, I have taunt. Oh, okay, the taunt is expired, so the first attack will go 2D. But it has Chubby that attack all, and that's why my Axie is received 2 damage, damage from the attack. So I use a 1 heal, hotbot again, and of course a heal. And our Axie is really in the half HP. So I use all of my strawberries. And this turn, he use a Pokey and Inkling, and the Mavis will not really do. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about. If he casts a Mavis, I'm sure he will do, but it will die instantly because of the 2 burn cards that he also draw. So that's really good draw. So use a Herbivore Initial for 20 HP heal and Rosebud, and this turn will be his last turn because the HP, the Blood Moon is eating up his HP, but he got the bad draw again by the burn cards. He only get little piece, and that will do. I'm able to win even though he got very lucky draws early in the game that killed my reptile and my front. But thanks for the blood or for the hotbot, I'm able to sustain and give him bad draws throughout the game. So my take is this team is really good at the early of the season. It pushed me in the top 4, and I believe I can able to take top 1 at that time, but I decided I'm not to, and also busy on that time, able to push it at the top 1. But this team able to get me to the top 4 at the time. But as the days goes by, every team is starting to get more powerful. They got their completing their runes and charms. So aggro team, especially, they become more powerful, more potent. So as the days go by, these teams unable to resist now, especially those Fury team. That's the community is actively breeding that Axie, very high price, but it's really powerful. So this team can kill most sustained team if you use this in challenge the most strongest sustained team. I think that's Cernerly. I believe you can beat that because you can beat him because you both have heals, you have both have strawberry, but you have curse, you have hotbot that he will mess his deck, and you can heal, but he can't because he is starting to draw these burn cards. So definitely you will win against sustain. You can win against poison because you have whisper and also you got heal. But the problem is the aggros. Aggros is really having There are now plenty count in the leaderboard. You can stay in challenger by this team, but it's really hard to go to top 100 right now in this team. And I think we still have 30 days before the season ends. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take this all the way to use this or test another team. I'm really actively testing my team, other teams. You can follow me on my Twitter. I'm more active in Twitter, posting the teams that I use, teams that I test. But see, yeah, that will be the problem this against aggros, and my winning rate currently it's around 40-50% against aggro. That's really not good. But against poison and sustain, my winning rate is really 98, 99. It's really easy to win against sustain and aggro. So that's it. Thank you guys for viewing. Please check my other videos and see you in the next video. Bye bye.